All right, welcome back. Here we are with Paladin. So, Paladin is like the classes here. Druid, Hunter, Mage. I have been really down on what happened to them in the core set. Paladin is the exact opposite. Paladin was a class that always had good, I would say it had a good core set, but now it got much better cards. The core set significantly upgraded the Paladin package. Righteous Protector is a really powerful card. They got rid of all the garbage Paladin secrets. They brought back Avenge, which is going to be a good secret. They brought in Reckoning, which is a fine secret. They brought in Warhorse Trainer as a 3/4 instead of a 2/4. They buffed Guardian of Kings, and they got rid of a lot of their like late game stuff, like Holy Wrath or things like that. So overall, Paladin they did not really like. I can't. Oh, and they buffed their Archon Protector too. Like I'm not really sure what Paladin lost. Like they didn't lose anything. They didn't lose anything significant, but they gained a lot from the core set. So if you hated Paladin, just imagine Paladin in every expansion is going to be significantly better than other classes. So on the contrary, Forged in the Barrens is kind of like the opposite of this because Paladin has a reputation and a justified reputation that in every single set it gets a card that you ask why was this card printed. It gets a card that you ask why was this card printed. Like when it go like even if it's not going to go off all the time, you ask why is it printed. And you can go back and you can take a look at other sets. Like see, oh, here, why was this card printed? Why was this card printed? Okay, let me see. What was the Ashes of Outland? I forget what the Ashes of Outland was. Oh, this one here. Why was this card printed? Why was this card printed? And like, let's see. What do we also have? The Rise of Shadows. The Paladin gets something broken there. I forget what broken stuff they got there. All right, they actually did not get broken stuff in Rise of Shadows. Bronze Herald. Everyone loves this card. Like that was like the not broken thing they got in Rise of Shadows. All right. Anyway, so traditionally, Paladin gets broken stuff every single set. And for Forge and the Barrens, they didn't get anything broken. I would say they didn't even get, like, outside of a legendary, they didn't even get anything that's really good or great. All right, so let's take a look. The cards they did get. Galloping Savior. 1 mana, 3/4. After your opponent plays 3 cards in turn, summon 3/4 Steed with Taunt. We've seen this effect before in Hidden Wisdom. We've seen this effect before in a Hunter card. I cannot remember that summoned a 6/6. So because of this, we know this card is bad. This card is unpickable. 0 star. Just don't pick it. 0 stars. Knife Anointment, Battlecry, draw a holy spell. I don't. I can go over to HS Replay and I can just tell you, Paladins they have a lot of holy spells. Let me see here, holy. Yeah. Yeah, you take a look, Paladin. Pretty much all their spells are holy spells. One sec. Let me do one thing very quickly. Let me clear Frost off here. Yeah, yeah. Paladin, holy spells. Let me see. Get rid of that. You see, they have 18 holy spells, 1 shadow spell. So it's like half their spells are not holy spells, but the holy spells that you're going to get are pretty good spells. Like all their buff spells are holy spells. Avenge is a holy spell. Buff, buff. You're not going to pick that. Fine. You're not going to pick that. You'll pick that. You'll pick that. Probably not going to pick that. Librum, you're going to pick. Like the key things. The Librums are holy spells. The buffs are holy spells. Avenge is a holy spell. So you're going to have these spells. So 1 mana, 1/1 that draws a card. That's 4-star card. That pretty much needs to be said. Soldier's Caravan. At the start of your turn, summon 2 1/1 Silver Hand recruits. So compare this to Primal Fin Totem, which is a 2-star card. That's a 0/3 that at the end of your turn summons a 1/1. So if this lives to the start of your next turn, it's already a better Primal Fin. And then it can continue going on like that if your opponent cannot remove it. The one kind of problem with this is that let's say it lives for 2 turns. So you play this on your turn. It lives. You get this plus 2 1/1s. Those 1/1s do not have the ability to attack because they need to wake up. So this lives, and you summon 2 more 1/1s. So now that is 5 minions on your board that have 1 attack, and only one of them, the 1/3 that you do not want to die, is able to has been able to attack over those turns. So you can easily end up in situations where your board is flooded and this effect is not going to go off, or you can end up in situations where you're not going to really be able to take advantage of it. Now, With all that said, is this a good card? Yes, this is a card I would pick over a lot of cards in Paladin. This, to me, I would say it's an easy 3-star card. Northwatch Commander, 3 mana, 3/4, Battle Cry. If you control a secret, discover a minion. Most Paladin secrets are secrets that are pretty easy to trigger, but if you do something like you play Avenge on 1, you can play one thing on 2 and it's not going to trigger, and then you can play this on 3 and have a 3/4 that draws a minion or draws something. So I compare the. I'm gonna actually pull up Hearth Arena here. I'm gonna compare it to the Warlock R. There's 3/4. I forget its name offhand. I want to say it's a. Okay, there's a 3 mana 3/4 where if you corrupt it, it draws a card. Here. No, that's the wrong one. I'm trying to think what is the name of that card there. Not the Maniac. All right. All right, I'm going to HS replay. Sorry about this. Like, there's a 3 mana 3/4 Warlock card that if you corrupt it, draws a card. So class cards only. It is the Lucky Soul Hoarder. Yeah, I was right. It was rare. It was like, where is the Lucky Soul Hoarder? Lucky Soul. Okay, it's because Hearth Arena doesn't classify these things here. So Lucky Soul Hoarder, I think this is a better card by itself in a class that. Okay. Stay. Okay. Lucky Soul Hoarder. I think this is a better card in a class that values draw more. So if you have this in, was it Demon Hunter? I think that's Demon Hunter. Yeah, because it's a soul fragment thing. So yeah, 3 mana, 3/4, draw a card. That's a 75. This is not always going to draw a card, so this is probably like a low 3-star card overall, just because of how little this effect is going to go off. But if it does go off, it's pretty good. Okay, Sword of the Fallen. This card, it requires a lot of. This is the card that has the most potential, and I think is probably the most overrated card in terms of arena that there is, and that's saying something. All right, so here's the problem: for Sword of the Fallen to work, you need secrets, and if you have secrets, this is absolutely busted. But we've had this card. We've had a card like this before. We had this card in Crazed Scientist, which was a 2/2 Death Rattle. Put a secret from your deck into your hand, into play. So that card, it was in Mage, it was definitely good. In Hunter, it was definitely good. And in Paladin, it really wasn't, because even with Avenge around, it did not go off nearly all that much. So this is 2 mana, 1/3, cast a secret from your deck. So if it goes off once, it's fine. If it goes off 2 times, it's good. But are you going to really draft 3 secrets? Like, again, if we go over to Paladin, and I'm going to get rid of the holy tag here. But if we go to Mechanics Secret. Mechanics QR. There, Secret. Like, you can see the secrets. Avenge is good. Desperate Measures, like, that's not drawn. Galloping Savior, you're not going to take. Getaway Coder, you're not going to take. Never Surrender, you're probably not going to take. Oh, Noble Sacrifice is okay. Oh My Yogg is an epic. Reckoning is an epic. So you're going to maybe get Avenge or Noble Sacrifice off of this. So ultimately, I recognize how powerful this can be. I recognize in Constructed how good this can be. But to me, this is barely a 2-star card at all, just because you are not going to have the stuff necessary to justify this. Conviction. Give a random friendly minion +3 its attack, upgrades, and you have 5 mana. So rank 1, a Worst Blessing of Might. Rank 2 and rank 3, it becomes kind of like a it becomes like a 1 mana Bloodlust. So card, I mean, it's good. It's a high 2-star card. Like, it's a card in the mid game to the late game that lets you push, and usually you are able to control your minions enough where you can reliably know what is going to get buffed. But again, for like a 1 mana card that can turn into a 1 mana Bloodlust for a class that likes tokens, this is actually pretty good. All right, Curio Rome, in contention for the most busted card in the entire set. 4 mana, 4/3, Rush, Divine Shield. Let's just stop there for a second. A Flanking Strike was a 6-star card, and that was a 3/3, deal 3 damage to a minion and summon a 3/3. So this, a 4 mana 4/3 rush, is better than that. Excuse me. So that by itself would make it an easy 6-star card. But there's more. When this attacks, reduce the cost of of holy spells in your hand by 1. Remember, you're going to get holy spells. Holy spells are generally decent spells. So yeah, this is a card, like, it's an easy 6-star card. It's a borderline 7-star card. It's in contention for the best card in the entire set. Thankfully, it's a legendary. But yeah, just like, y'all, this is one of those cards where, even considering the super high power level of Paladin cards, you would almost always take this card over anything. Invigorating Sermon, 4 mana. Give +1/+1 to all minions in your hand, deck, and battlefield. So this is like a baby survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest was really good because for one card, you could, like, in spite of how much mana it cost, you could completely change the game. If your opponent could not kill you that one turn you played it, then you just won the game. The entire buff here, I'm not saying the buff is bad. I like if you have nothing better to do, this is fine. But this is not a card you want to play. You do not want to play this on curve because that's such a massive tempo loss, and it's going to take you a long while. Like, in general, if you do a hand buff, you want to get twice as much mana cost for this. So you would want to probably get +8/+8 worth of stats on the board to be able to justify playing this card, and that takes a really long time to do. So yeah, this card to me, it's a border. Excuse me. Yeah, this card to me, it's a 0-star card. It's a card you do not want to pick. It's an arena fanatic. It's a trap. Veteran War Medic. After you cast a holy spell, summon a 2/2 medic with lifesteal. So, holy spells, you're going to have holy spells. You play holy spells on this, you get the medic with lifesteal. That's a really good effect. I mean, again, you compare this to Violet Teacher. Violet Teacher worked on any spells. This works on only holy spells, but you get a 2/2 and you get a lifesteal. And because of that, people are going to have to treat this with respect. So yeah, this card, I would say it's probably it's a 3-star card, maybe mid to high 3-star card. Definitely a card you want to pick if it shows up. Last one here, Cannon Master's Mind. Battlecry, transform your secrets into 3/3 soldiers. They transform back when they die. I brought up, you don't want secrets in arena. So number one, you need to have your secrets. Then you have to, and you need to have at least one secret. So are you going to have that? No. So it's a 0-star card. And that's Paladin. So again, like, ignoring the legendary, their best card is maybe Knight of Anointment, and then their second best card is maybe Soldier's Caravan, maybe Veteran War Medic. I'm not sure. And like, for Paladin, this is like, the core set changes are really, really strong. But the Forged and the Barrens cards are just, I would say, mostly okay for Paladin. Nothing special. All right. Next one on the list is going to be Priest. I've only got 5 classes left, so I will see you guys then.